not download iPadOS 16, and here are 5 reasons why. Reason number 1 is performance and stability issues. Now, with this being a beta, it will not be perfect, which means you're gonna have your fair share of bugs, battery life issues, lags, crashes, freezes, all of that, which makes the device unreliable and very hard to use. Reason number 2 is breaking the iPad. Now, this doesn't mean breaking it hardware-wise, unless, of course, you do experience a lot of overheating, which can cause the internals to get damaged. But you also run into the possibility of it boot looping or bricking, which essentially would make your iPad useless, and you would either have to throw it away and buy a new one or get Apple to replace it. And let's be honest, you wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy. Reason number 3 is unsupported apps. You don't want to have your banking app that you rely on every day not work or crash or have any other issues. And that's the problem when you install a beta, because developers aren't optimizing their apps for beta software, which literally doesn't make sense even if they did. So that's another thing to consider. And another reason why probably installing iPadOS 16 beta is probably not a good idea. Reason number 4 is very frequent updates. If you're someone who hates updating their device because they're like, oh, Apple releases a new update every month, think about updating your device every week for like 3 months. And it's not like a regular iOS update where you update and you get a bunch of new features and like, wow, this feels like a fresh new device. No, they're mostly gonna be updates that will fix bugs and stability, battery life. Not to mention, depending on your internet connection, it may take a while to do all of these updates. And if you have to do it so frequently, it almost makes installing a beta on your iPad not worth it in the end. Reason number 5 is no Apple support, which means that if you have any issues with the software or any issues with the hardware, Apple will either refuse to help you or they just will tell you to downgrade, which could mean you lose all of your data and stuff like that, which is something that nobody wants. And the reason for it is because it's a beta, so Apple employees aren't trained to help people on that specific firmware because things will change within the code to make it different. And so if they did train all of their employees as soon as iOS 16 beta 1 comes out, by the time beta 5 is out, they've already done 5 different trainings and it just isn't worth it for them. So if that's something you care about, then definitely do not get iPadOS 16. Now, if you really are stubborn and you're still like, nah, I'm still gonna download iPadOS 16 on my device, well, be my guest. I actually made a video about how to do that, so make sure you check that out. And there'll be a couple of warnings in there that will make you not want to do it, of course. Also pro tip, don't do it on your main device, but I'll see you over there.